Speaking of dysfunction, oh my God, I did it again. Let's see. Let's hide this. Let's edit this. There, we're going to edit and we're going to scroll across the bottom. Okay, Zion's family matters. So apparently, Zion Williamson's family has expressed their frustration with the Pelicans organization. And I don't blame them personally, but I find it very interesting because Zion has barely played 2 seasons in the NBA because he barely played his first season. And he did not really play in the bubble for real, for real. And they've missed the playoffs both years. Now, he's about to be on his third coach in 3 years. So there goes dysfunction. There's rumors that New Orleans is the team that may be getting moved to Seattle because the Bensons don't really care about it. Their ownership group, it's their side hustle that they just meh because they're football people. And it's a city that only cares about the Saints and the LSU Tigers. So I get it. I mean, the NBA has tried to force basketball on New Orleans so much. I mean, they get an all-star game every 3-4 years. It's like, bruh, they don't care about the NBA here. They don't care about the damn Pelicans. They didn't care about the Hornets. It's okay. So my only issue is that they have a decent roster now. I didn't like the Eric Bledsoe for Drew Holiday move, but I'm sure Drew said, hey, bro, I'm not re-signing. So they had to get some value for him. I still struggle with Brandon Ingram being an all-star a season ago, Zion being an all-star this past season, Lonzo Ball really stepping up and it not working. So, let me see. What was Brandon Ingram's numbers this year? Because they were pretty close to his numbers last year. Let's see. This past season, 24 a game, 24, 5 and 5 on 46% shooting, 38% from the three. Yeah, bro. I don't get it. I don't get how it didn't work. I don't get how their styles don't work. I don't get how you Zion Williamson, who's not accomplished too much of anything in this league, is going to say, hey, New Orleans, you're not doing enough for me. And I'd say, hey, Zion, make yourself available, lose some weight. Don't get hurt. But then at the same time, I go, do I really think that New Orleans can win a championship? No. And because Zion knows that, it's like, get me out of here. Get me out of here before it hits me in my face and I end up like Anthony Davis or Chris Paul, who still has not won that championship. Anthony Davis, who finally won that championship. And it was getting out of New Orleans. It was going to a team that would properly take care of him, would properly build around him and his talent and his teammates. You know, Chris Paul getting up out of there and say, bro, y'all just don't get basketball. And maybe Zion figured that out early. So that's why Zion is like, hey, family, put this out here. I ain't going to say nothing. But for the people who are shocked, you shouldn't be shocked because Zion changed agencies real quick. Like he had an agreement coming out of Duke with an organization. And then he said, I'm going to CAA. I need them relationships. He was glowing about playing in the Garden. It's like, oh, my boy RJ Barrett's up here. Reunion. Cam, you come on up here too. Atlanta ain't gonna give you no burn. Let's just have a Duke reunion in the Big Apple. Sorry, Julius, you got to go back to New Orleans. We'll make the contracts work. Make the salaries work. No big deal. So I don't know, man. Because it puts me in a place of what have you accomplished in this industry to have the leverage to do this? But at the same time, you're really good. You already have a shoe. The NBA cares about you, and you want to go work where you work. But will it work? Will it equate to championships? Does Zion play championship basketball? Is Zion part of the problem in New Orleans? I get that he's productive. I get that he's efficient. But does his style of play accommodate winning? Or is this a referendum on David Griffin, who we thought was a great GM, who said, oh, I want to go build, but having LeBron on your team makes it hard to build. Well, maybe it's hard to build because you're not a good carpenter, David Griffin. I mean, for God's sake, you hired Stan Van. And if you don't know anything about Stan Van, look at Detroit. Wasn't good. Didn't get good. So I don't have a definitive stance on this. I hope Zion figures out what's best for him. And I guess the only thing I can take away from this is that we crowned David Griffin a great GM, but he was just a byproduct of LeBron and a Knicks trade that, I mean, the Knicks at that time, they were not the brightest organization. So it was, I I don't know. I don't know, man, but hopefully Zion finds a team and it win and he can win.